When your cat drops something at your feet, do you actually understand what just happened? Maybe it was a dead bird, maybe a mouse, maybe a toy they dragged from across the house at 6 in the morning. Most people laugh, some people scream. Almost everyone gets it completely wrong, because that thing your cat just placed in front of you isn't random. It isn't gross, and it definitely isn't a gift. It's something far more personal than that. And by the time we get to number 7, you'll understand why this one behavior reveals more about how your cat sees you than almost anything else they do. It might be the most honest thing your cat has ever told you. Let's start with the thing nearly every owner believes. 1. It's not a gift, it's a lesson. You've probably heard the popular version. Your cat brings you a dead mouse because they're sharing their catch with you. A little present, a token of love. It sounds sweet, and honestly, it makes us feel good. But here's the thing. That's a human explanation for a cat behavior, and it misses the real story entirely. In the wild, adult cats don't share food with other adults. That's not how their social system works. There's only one situation where a cat brings prey to another cat. Mothers bring it to their kittens, and they don't do it to be generous. They do it because their kittens are terrible hunters who would starve without intervention. When your cat drops a dead animal at your feet, they're not treating you like a friend. They're treating you like a kitten. A large, slow, deeply incompetent kitten who has never once caught anything on their own. They've watched you. Every single day, you walk around the house and you never chase, never pounce, never catch. You just open a cold, noisy box and food appears. In their eyes, you have zero survival skills. And instead of giving up on you, they decided to step in and help. That's not a gift. That's parenting. And it's aimed directly at you. 2. They start easy on purpose. Have you ever noticed that some cats bring dead prey while others bring it half alive? That's not random. And it's not because your cat couldn't finish the job. It's because they're running a curriculum. Mother cats in the wild follow a specific teaching sequence with their kittens. First, they bring dead prey. This is the introductory lesson. Here's what food looks like. Get used to it. Next, they bring prey that's injured but still moving. This is the intermediate stage. Now practice catching it. Finally, they take the kitten along on a real hunt. Full simulation. Your cat is doing the same thing with you. When they bring a completely dead mouse, they're on step 1. They've assessed your skill level and decided you need to start from the beginning. When they bring something still wriggling, they've promoted you. They think you're ready for the next level. And if your cat has ever dropped a live bird inside your home and watched you panic, flail, and chase it around with a towel, that wasn't chaos. That was a test. And in their mind, you failed it spectacularly. And hey, if this is completely changing how you see your cat right now, hit that like button and subscribe. That's how we help more cat owners understand what their cat has actually been trying to say all along. 3. Indoor cats do it too, just with different tools. But what about cats who never go outside? They've never caught a mouse in their life, and yet some of them still drop things at your feet. Toys, hair ties, socks, bottle caps, crumpled paper. Is that the same behavior? Yes, exactly the same. A 2016 study from the University of Exeter examined hunting behavior in domestic cats and found that the predatory sequence, stalk, chase, pounce, catch, deliver, is hardwired regardless of whether the cat has ever hunted real prey. It's not something they learn, it's something they are. Indoor cats who have never seen a mouse still carry every instinct their wild ancestors used to survive. So when your indoor cat picks up a toy mouse, carries it through the house, and drops it at your feet with a loud meow, they're running the same ancient program. The toy is a stand-in for real prey, and the delivery is a stand-in for a real lesson. My cat, for instance, brings me a crumpled receipt from the trash like he's presenting a freshly caught rabbit, drops it right on my pillow at 5 a.m., stares at me, waits for a reaction. That means your indoor cat isn't playing, they're teaching. With whatever materials they have available, the instinct is so powerful that even without real prey, they improvise an entire school just for you. 4. The meow after they drop it is not what you think. Ever notice that specific sound your cat makes after placing something at your feet? It's not their normal meow. It's louder, more insistent. Sometimes it almost sounds like a question. Most people interpret this as, "Look what I brought you," or "Aren't you proud of me?" But that vocalization has a very specific function in wild cat behavior. When a mother cat delivers prey to her kittens and vocalizes, She's not celebrating, she's instructing. The sound means pay attention. This is important. Engage with it now. That's why your cat stares at you. After dropping their catch, they're waiting for you to do something with it. Pick it up, examine it, interact with it, and when you just say, ew, and throw it in the trash or walk away from the toy, you're essentially ignoring the lesson. Your cat sees a student who refuses to learn. This is also why some cats become more persistent over time. They bring more things. They meow louder. They drop prey in more obvious places, on your pillow, next to your coffee, on your laptop keyboard. They're not escalating for fun. They're escalating because their teaching isn't getting through and they're genuinely worried about you. 5. The location they choose is deliberate. Where does your cat leave their catches? Think about it, because the placement tells you something most owners completely miss. If your cat drops prey at your feet, that's the standard delivery. Direct handoff, teacher to student. But if they leave things on your bed, that's different. In wild cat colonies, the sleeping area is the safest zone, the den. Leaving food there means your cat considers your bed the center of your shared territory. They're stalking the nest. If they leave it by the front door, they're marking the boundary. That's the edge of the territory in their mind. Prey placed. There is a patrol report. I've secured the perimeter. Here's the proof. And if they leave it in the bathroom, remember that's the room where you're stationary and vulnerable. Prey left, there could be emergency rations. Your cat might literally be thinking, this one can't hunt, and they spend a lot of time trapped in that small room. Better leave supplies. Every single placement is a decision. Your cat is not randomly dropping things around the house. They're running a household, and in that household, they have decided they're the provider, not you. 6. When they stop bringing things, pay attention. Here's something most people never think about. What does it mean when a cat who always brought you things suddenly stops? Most owners would feel relieved. No more dead mice. No more 5 a.m. deliveries. Finally, peace. But in the language your cat has been speaking this entire time, silence is not peace. Silence is withdrawal. Cats stop bringing prey for a few reasons. Sometimes it's age, their body slows down, and the hunt becomes harder. Sometimes it's environmental. If you moved, changed their routine, or introduced a new pet, the disruption to their territory can shut down their teaching instinct entirely. They're too busy recalibrating to focus on your education, but sometimes the reason is emotional. If a cat has been consistently bringing you things, and you've consistently rejected them, thrown them away, scolded them, shown disgust, they learn. Cats have excellent long-term memory for negative responses. They remember who rejected their effort, and eventually, they stop trying. That doesn't mean they stopped caring. It means they stopped believing the lesson would land. And for an animal who went out of their way to teach you how to survive, that quiet surrender is one of the saddest things they can do. So if your cat still brings you things, even if it's a sock, even if it's a dead bug, even if it's something that makes you cringe, receive it. You don't have to keep it, but acknowledge it. Because what your cat is handing you is not an object, it's effort. 7. They bring you things because they decided you're worth keeping alive. Here's what every reason on this list has been building toward, and it's the one thing that changes the entire picture. Your cat doesn't bring you prey because it's instinct. Instinct explains the mechanics. It doesn't explain the choice, because here's the truth. Cats don't teach just anyone. Mother cats teach their kittens. Bonded colony members occasionally share with each other, but a cat choosing to bring prey to a human, an animal completely outside their species, that isn't automatic. That's a decision. Your cat looked at you. They assessed you. They watched you fail to catch anything day after day, year after year, and something in them decided, this one needs me. I'm not going to let this one go hungry. I'm not going to let this one fail. They didn't choose you because you're capable. They chose you because you're theirs. And in their world, you take care of what's yours. No matter how hopeless the student, no matter how many times the lesson gets ignored, every dead mouse, every half-alive bird, every crumpled toy left on your pillow at dawn, none of it was random. None of it was gross. All of it was your cat saying the only thing they know how to say with their whole body and every instinct they carry. You are mine, and I will make sure you survive.